Now, I'm not one to get all excited. I'm seldom tense and I'm never uptight, but there is one thing that really makes me mad. And that's coin machines, those nickel and dimers, those out of order and work one-timers, those penny pinching, quarter grubbing monsters. I mean, how many times have you had the munchies, so you whip out a dime for some peanut crunches and you put it in the slot and you pull the handle and just nothing? So you cuss and beat it till your hand is blue and you push it and shove it and kick it with your shoe and finally you just walk away while it's blinking thank you, which is machine for we just did it to you. Oh, I'd like to meet the man who invented the car machine. He must have hated mankind and every other living thing. I bet he had a motto on his wall in prose and rhyme, saying you get nothing for a nickel, twice as much for a dime. They'll offer you cigarettes and soft drinks and cigars and barbecue potato chips and all kinds of candy bars and peanuts, popcorn, Cracker Jacks, and Red Hots. You can pay a quarter for a nickel comb, get a throwaway razor or a shot of cologne, get a fast shoe shine that even polishes your socks. But I think the worst of those with the glass, where you can see what you want, but you can bet your life they ain't no way short of a blowtorch you're ever going to get anything out of there. And then how about those on the men's room wall? You know what I mean, boys. You've seen them all, and when you lose 6 bits in one of those boogers, you're just too embarrassed to complain, so you just kind of going home by yourself. Whoa, I'd like to meet the man who invented corn machine. He must have hated mankind and every other living thing. I bet he had a motto on his wall in prose and rhyme, saying, you get nothing for a nickel and twice as much for a dime. I heard this story about a fella one time who certainly was a hero of mine. He ranks right up there with John Wayne, Burt Reynolds, and Merle Haggard. Seems there was this certain soft drink machine that was rusty and old, cantankerous and mean, and it took him for just 1 too many quarters and his mind snapped. So he went out to his car and reached under the seat and he whipped out a 45, clean and neat, and he walked up to that machine and said, hand it over, it's your last chance. And then he plugged that thing about 3 or 4 times right under that blinking thank you sign, and it just coughed and spit out $400 worth of quarters and died. Judge called it self-defense. Oh, I'd like to meet the man who invented corn machine. He must have hated mankind and every other living thing. I bet he had a motto on his wall in prose and rhyme, saying, you get nothing for a nickel, twice as much for a dime. Oh, you get nothing for a nickel, twice as much for a dime.